If you want to keep the
But I think it's
relationship
about
clean.
accountability too. So you should be able to do business with your friends and family. It's really about having the conversations, like those difficult conversations with people. That's it.
And it's okay. I've learned
All
that,
my friends have businesses, and none of them have asked me to be their accountant.
which is same thing.
None of them.
First of all, I'm gonna put him on blast real quick.
But can I ask you something?
See, he said he cut me off. Go ahead, go ahead. He know what's coming. He know what's coming. But go ahead, go
Let me
ahead.
stop you right now. Can
Go
I
ahead,
ask you
go
something?
ahead.
You know, one of the greatest things about these group sessions is that we spend so much time discussing healthy relationships and routines, and sometimes the conversations go a bit left. And this is definitely one of the episodes where it goes a bit left. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just wanted to let y'all know before you start the episode. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy the conversation.
Another thing that the president that just got assassinated, shout out to Jovenel Moise, is that he was trying to change the
I
constitution.
love that. I can't wait to learn Creole.
He was trying to change the like constitution and shit like that because a lot of the education system in Haiti was created by the French. Like, I mean, I did little schooling in Haiti. Like, French was the number one language. One of the things the president was trying to do is make Creole the number one language. Not to say we can't learn French and Creole. Like, to this day, when you go to Haiti, speaking French is considered your proper or you have manners because you just speak French.
Yeah, I don't like
Like,
that.
little things like that.
I don't like that.
I never liked it that. Yes. It's French
That's what.
Creole.
Yeah.
It's French and Creole too. But so yeah, I don't think saying it's the national language is French is no, but I could see why you could say that because in the school system you're taught in French.
Do you think that people in Haiti see the value in being Haitian?
Some.
Or
I
do
think
they?
in today's time, the younger ones know only because of what's been going on in Haiti the past couple of years. I want to say I'm only saying this because my dad owns a school in Haiti, so I'm more embedded in the little things like the schools being closed. Because I mean, I'm not gonna say me winning the school means I know more than the others, but I do see the value of knowing your history.
Yeah.
What does that mean for your dad to? Okay, I guess what does that mean to you?
That he owns a school.
Yeah.
At first, it didn't mean much to me. I just thought, oh, you know, it's my dad. This nigga owns a school, or whatever, whatever. But the older I get, I'm like, I see the value in it.
Yeah.
I see the value of like, because before I used to tell him, yo, why are you even doing this school shit anymore? Like,
Yeah.
it's not profitable. And this shit closed, like, depends on what's going on in the country. If it's fucking protests, shit could close down. It could be open for 2 months and close down for another 2 months.
Yeah.
But I understand why it's needed because the kids need to know their history. It's kind of like the same thing here. Like, I have some African American friends that always tell me, yo, they envy people that come from the Caribbeans, the Haitians, the Jamaicans, the Trinidadians, the Cubans, the Dominicans, because y'all know where y'all come from. And she always used to tell me, like, yo, I don't really know where I come from. And I also think the biggest scam in America for black people right now, one of the biggest scams, is fucking
23 and me.
I don't know what that is. What is that? But what's that shit? Ancestry.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what she
That's
said.
what that is?
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
she said.
Ancestry is the biggest scam to me. Cause I'm like, yo, they rob you of your identity and then they sell it to you. And they got you thinking, oh yeah, I'm 50% from fucking Congo.
But the simple
Yeah.
fact that you think that they're going to tell you the truth all of a sudden, if they haven't put it in the history books, what makes you think they're really going to tell you where you're
Yeah.
really from?
Like little shit like
I mean,
that.
but there's a chance because it's not like the government is the one that's issuing those.
Whatever chance it is, it's a scam regardless to be
Yeah.
with you. The
It's-
only way I don't see it as a scam if the owner and the creator of that shit was black. And I don't
And I
think
feel
that's
like
the case.
and I feel like the government's hands
No,
is in
I
everything.
don't think that's the. I don't think.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What if it was not created?
Hold on. What'd you say?
They do. Yeah.
I don't.
Exactly.
I won't be surprised. They sell our data.
No, they actually do. It's not even a. It's not even a. It's on their website.
Oh, it's not even a secret.
No, it's not
Yeah.
a secret.
Okay,
That
gotcha.
they actually do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
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 But going back to the Haiti thing,
Yeah.
that's why I'm embedded because it's like my dad owns a school. Like I want to work with him where this before the year end, that's something I was talking to him about of doing like a program with the kids there. Like if I'm doing like a Skype thing where I'm like teaching them English or teaching them like little computer skills online. That's something I
But
want to
what?
do.
So I guess what do you? Why do you think Haiti is a third world country today?
Today,
I can answer that question.
I'll let you answer. I'm gonna give my answer first. I think it's not a one answer. I feel
Yeah.
like Haiti, the people themselves, they play a role.
Yep.
The outside influence play a role. When I
Yep.
say outside influence, I mean U.S. investors, Canadian investors, French investors, and the colorism is a major thing out there.
Yeah.
Colorism is so terrible.
It is.
Like I feel like I'm gonna give you an example. I feel like if I wanna, let's say I go, I'm a young Haitian. I kind of grew up there because luckily for me, when I was growing up, when I came to the States, I would go to Haiti every summer. So I kind of like one foot in, one foot out. I feel like if I ever go to Haiti and try to like build something, let's say I want to build like a school or a hotel or whatever, I feel like I have to go with some of my white friends
Why?
just because of their face. Because they're not gonna take me serious. It's like you going back to the hood. You trying to do some shit, niggas are not gonna take you seriously. You bring a white man in there, a white woman in there, or whatever, they may hear you out.
Even though your government is Haitian?
What you mean?
They don't
It's
see the
Haiti. Haiti's
value.
Haiti.
Yeah, they don't see the
We're black.
value
It's a
in.
black nation. Like I didn't know what black white was till I came here in the U.S. Colorism though is different.
Mm.
It's like if you lighter complexion, because you know the
Yeah.
top 2% of the rich people, the top 5% of rich people in Haiti is like 99% light skin or from Arab, Middle Eastern. Like you could tell the difference. Like most
Wow.
businessmen, successful businessmen that's in Haiti, even right now, outside of all that shit you hear, if you ever see a list of pictures of, they show you, hey, successful businessmen or people that's striving and whatever's going on in Haiti, I promise you 98% of them would not look like your typical,
You
what you
think
think a
it's
typical Haitian
you
is.
think it's still like that now?
Yeah. It's even more like that than before to me.
I don't know. All of
And
the
I'm not just saying that. Like I've actually like I talk to niggas there. My WhatsApp be booming.
yeah.
I talk to niggas in Haiti
Booming.
quite often, only because of like the ties I got going on and shit that I want to do. But it's like the mentality there is so terrible
Yeah.
that. But I have hope. That's the only thing I have.
Let me ask you something. Is there anything that, and I want you to answer this too, also, Saya. Is there anything that stuck with you, growing up as a Haitian, and that culture that you still like use now?
What do you mean?
Like a discipline, like a certain discipline or a certain interaction, something that you learned from a certain interaction, or something that you learned from a time were engulfed in the culture that you use now?
That's a loaded question.
That's a serious question.
I don't think it's just one thing. I mean, every day I know for sure growing up, I was always that kid. You grew up in Miami, so you probably
Yeah.
seen that too, where like I was never not telling people I'm Haitian. There was a time we had to fight because we was Haitian. I just
Really?
you wouldn't grow up
Oh
I
in
my
that?
wasn't a mean
gosh.
person in school, so
Yeah,
I
yeah. You
wouldn't
ain't
Yeah.
had to be a
know.
mean person, but you didn't see it at least.
What,
I do remember Haitians being like bullied,
Yeah.
but I don't remember it being fights. I went to
Fist
Charles
fights.
Drew,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
no, this is a real fist fight. At least
you
it
went to
kind of
Drew?
stopped when I was like,
Yeah.
you went
You
to
didn't
Drew and
see
you didn't
it?
see that?
It happened often at Drew.
Probably, but I didn't hang around those people, so that's probably
Okay.
why I didn't
Yeah.
see it.
But
Sure.
I don't know. I would say I'm just I was always proud of where I came from, no matter how shitty or not shitty it was, because I'm like like I don't want to be another person to bring it down. That was always my thing, even when it comes to black people in general.
Yeah.
Like I'm like we already got the word against us. I don't want to add on to that. That's always
Yeah.
been my thing. I also attribute that a lot to FAMU though. I
Has
learned a lot about Haitian culture at FAMU.
FAMU?
Yeah.
Was it the
Yeah.
same thing for you? Like, did you have that sense of proudness when you left the city and got the fam? Did you rep the city, or was it easy for
I
you to rep the
always
city?
rep the city all the time. I was never ashamed of the city because my grandmother has been there since probably the 50s.
Uh huh.
So the house that I grew up in, my mom grew up in that house,
Mhm.
and I think just how my grandmother is who she is, and she has like the properties that she has from because she got it from her bootstraps.
Yeah.
Like it makes me proud of
Oh, so
being from where I
your
am.
grandma OG
Oh yeah,
in the
my
city.
grandma been in the city for a long
Okay.
time.
Yeah. So she a
So
OG on the
yeah,
block.
she a real OG. So
They know her house.
They know my grandma's house.
That's that type of grandma.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
why I say that my block is quiet, because my block has a lot of old people on
Oh
there.
yeah, I
and
love
like,
those type of blocks,
and like
man.
grandkids are now taking over their property.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I always rep the city. I always felt like the city has its own special charm, and I think it's actually being stolen from us now because of the gentrification. And that's the disheartening part when I go home, is when I see my neighborhood changing and it's really nothing you can do about it. And it's something that I never foresaw happening. And
But you can't. I feel like you can't fault like
Gentrification.
no, but I think it speaks a lot to the financial illiteracy that
The
is in
community.
our community.
When-
And they don't understand the value of what it took to get the homes that our parents or grandparents have. Like my grandmother purchased her home for $17,000. It's now worth $500,000.
Yeah,
Crazy.
And it's
that's
like
the sad part. Yeah,
right, but I also think that you didn't have those conversations, because I just recently learned that
too.
when I went home for the holidays. Like she was telling me about when she purchased her house, she couldn't even purchase a house as a Black woman, as a woman, because that was illegal. So
How did
she
she
had to
purchase
be in a
it?
relationship. She had to be in a relationship or married,
Married to purchase it.
right, to purchase a home.
My parents purchased their home
So
a year and a half ago. Excuse me, 2 years and a half ago for
And Liberty City?
$29,000. It's worth $170,000.
yeah,
Where did they purchase the home in Liberty City?
Liberty City,
Oh.
49
on the
to
same
19.
street,
That house that I was telling you about.
That's where it is.
not across the street from
79.
No, they
No,
moved
no,
from
no.
there. They
Oh,
moved
the,
from there.
that
You told me
that
that.
intersection.
Yeah, but that house value went up also
I'm sure, yeah,
2 years ago.
2.5 years ago.
yeah,
170,
That's crazy.
a
Yeah.
little north of $170,000.
yeah. So to me, I just think the city has its own secret charm, and it's just sad when I go home sometimes. Like
Liberty
I
City,
love
Overtown
Wynwood.
too. They trying to get
Overtown,
Overtown
too,
out of
yeah.
here,
Like my
but I'm
grandma.
happy to see Overtown is standing strong because Overtown
They
got too much
are.
history.
They not
It's,
playing.
it's too
It's
close
too
to
much.
Brickell. That's the
They
reason
not
why they
playing.
want it.
They want it, but Overtown got too much history. Like it's to the point where like yo, that's like the backbone of the Black community to me.
I don't think
Of
they-
Miami.
I don't think they're
That
gonna be able
is
to fight it for
Miami.
too long.
Like Overtown is Miami. Like Bayside area. You guys don't know this, but this is my grandma
Back
telling
then?
me. But Bayside used to be a shore,
Sure.
and that was when my grandma used to go there, and you would see crabs crossing Biscayne Boulevard,
Yeah.
and they would go
They
and
would tell
get
me that.
fish and all of
They would
that.
tell-
That's amazing.
Virginia
Like-
Key Beach was the only beach Black people
Yeah.
could go to back then.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
Virginia
And
Key Beach.
think of you ever been to Virginia Key Beach?
I have not.
Okay.
That was
like
the
I don't
only-
know this history. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
shit
I
like
don't-
that.
Yeah.
Shit like that they trying to erase
Yeah.
or they don't teach.
Like that wall. So you know that wall that you pass when you're riding past the Poke and Beans, and it's by homes. So you have homes right here. What's that street? That's what avenue is that? 10th Ave. I think that's 10th, 12th. That's 12th Avenue. and
12th.
62nd.
Over
12.
there by where homes
12.
used to be?
Over there by homes. Like when you see homes and you see the Poke and Beans across the street.
That's 12th Ave.
That's
12th
12th. Yeah.
Ave. That little wall that looks like something that you can sit on.
Mhm.
That used to be a wall to block off the projects. Like it used to be extremely high. And my grandma said that they knocked it down, I guess, when they integrated the schools or something like that.
But now people like me that's growing up in that area that don't know this piece of information would think that this was
This-
Poker Beans was around for forever, like the shooting and killing and
No,
that's
no.
in the
It used
know what
to
I
be
mean?
a community. Like when my grandma was in her 30s, it was a Black community.
right.
And now,
Because that's all we had type of thing.
Yeah.
It's like that's why I always like appreciate FAMU or any HBCU because if you ever look any HBCUs in America, they're in the hood now.
Yeah.
But they're in the hood now because back then
That's the
that
only place that you
community,
could be in.
like you had your own hospital, your own grocery stores, your own everything because that's the only place you could be at.
Yep.
So when you see, it's just like over the years they throw in drugs, they throw in influences out there that way to fuck the whole community up. It's equivalent that like it's to the point where like I'm pretty sure they could have bombed those cities too, aside from the Orlando massacre or the fucking what is it, Oklahoma City shit. Like they could have bombed those too. It's just like
It is what it
it
is.
is what it
but-
is. Sadly,
But you
it is.
have to keep the history alive. You have to talk about it. You have to have these conversations.
Oh, grandma was alive when they had segregation in Miami, kid.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, the first Black child to attend an all-white school is still alive. She's only in her 60s.
Yeah. Ruby Bridges.
Only in her 60s, kid.
Yeah.
Yep.
And let white people tell you, boy, this shit was 200 years ago.
My dad was a sharecropper. My father was a sharecropper. I met a child of a slave in my family, so you're not that
Yo,
far removed.
they got
Yeah.
fucking Black Panther pictures in black and white. Black Panther was in the 70s.
Black
kid.
Panther was in the 70s.
We
Exactly.
didn't. Black and white was not a thing in the 70s.
Exactly.
But
It
hey,
is what it is.
like I
You
said,
got to date
one thing
But
about
you gotta
me.
have the conversations. You have to educate young people on this stuff because they'll fall into the trap.
Every
Just
time.
like we fell into the trap, but now we have the advancements of technology that gives us more information, and you have to give them.
And
the
we have
same.
us.
Yeah.
So-
yeah,
If you were like me, and a lot of the people that was raised in the community that I was, there's only that went in and out, right?
you did.
There was only a certain amount. And I think we touched bases on this. There was only a certain amount of things that was like told to you that you can do. Me specifically, I know I can talk for myself. It was football, arts. I always had the arts in my life.
I think it's different for men and women though. Like I was never told that there was a limit.
I was never told that it was a limit. The thing is, I wasn't there, but I was told that you can do whatever you want to do, but I was never introduced on all of the things that's possible.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
it was only
yeah.
a certain amount of things. You know,
Well, I never met a CPA until I got the fam.
it's so when did you? So you never.
I didn't know about the profession
So
at all.
So
Like,
the
I
dream
just-
ignited for you at FAMU.
Yeah.
That's when you started to.
Well, essentially. So my cousin, her aunt used to do my mom's taxes, and I used to see her doing it from her home, and I was like, oh, I want to do something like this. So that sparked that thought, like having my own business. And then, so I think the entrepreneurship spirit has always been inside of me because my grandmother was an entrepreneur. So I've always had that fire. And then my mom wanted me to do accounting because I went to school in 2008, which was during the recession time. So she wanted me to do something stable. So that's how the whole accounting thing started. And then MBA was my idea. Like that was something I wanted to explore. And that's how consulting was born for me.
That was a good year to be a black person.
When?
What year?
08.
You think so?
Why?
That's when Obama.
Oh, that was a good time to be at FAMU. That was a good
that was
time.
that year. Huh? I was in high school.
That was a good time.
Yeah,
Oh my
that
God.
was a good time.
Was it the same for you, Bo?
When Obama was president, the first term?
No, when because you being from the same place that we are, were you introduced to what the thing that you're doing now?
Uh-huh.
Did you have that
Did you have
introduced to
an
you when
example?
you
Hell
were?
no.
So when did
like-
it catch? When did it catch?
When I got the fam. All that
Okay,
shit.
same thing. I was saying.
Yeah. When I got the fam. I mean, and I only went to fam. I told you the story before, but
Yeah.
but I'll say it again when I got the fam. Like, I only decided that I want to go to school because of like because my GPA jumped from a 2.1 to a 3.0 in like within a year or so. Because I realized that when I was in 11th grade, the 12th graders I knew when they graduated, they were still hanging around the school. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? Keep in mind, that was around the same time I went to my first college party. I went to a party at Flomo,
Okay.
and I went to a party at Barry. Women showing titties on a Tuesday. I'm like,
dead.
what are y'all doing here? These are
Not a
kids.
Tuesday.
I'm weak.
These little white girls or these girls are out here just like giving it up on a random day. So I'm like, yo. And I'm like, you mean to tell me I
So
don't
you
like.
went to school for girls.
Yeah, but I'm going to get to that. Yeah,
Okay.
I did. Yeah, I'm not going to lie about it. Yeah.
The power.
Yo,
of
sex sells in every
sex
case. Sex
sells.
sells in every case.
Yeah.
I promise you, there's some niggas watching
Hasn't
right
failed
now.
yet.
Sex.
Oh,
Oh,
we got
come
a-
on,
oh,
come
there
on.
you
Come
go.
sit down. Come sit
There you
down.
go. We got a
Come
mic
sit
for
down.
you right here. There you
Come
go.
sit down. Come on.
We knew this.
Now
would
you
happen.
want to
Hey,
come.
you warmed up now.
Thank you all for supporting the podcast. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. But now it's your turn. You have an amazing idea for a dope podcast you've been wanting to do, and now you can. Roof Studio is now producing audio podcast sessions in the Atlanta area right now. This is now your moment to make your voice heard and your podcast idea a reality. So send us an email at dgroovestudios@gmail.com and let's talk about how we can get started on your podcast today. That's dgroovestudios@gmail.com. Hit us up and enjoy the rest of the show.
Come on. Introduce yourself.
Warmed up.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you take my headphones.
Well, let me introduce my cousin. So this is my cousin. This is my baby cousin. And the unique thing about our relationship is listen very closely because this is a story.
Uh-oh.
The unique thing about our relationship is that we're cousins. It's really deep. I think we're like fifth cousins or sixth
like third or
cousins.
fourth.
Yo, they're the best cousins. It's never your initial cousin.
It's not.
It's never the
If you-
first one.
It's never the first.
Sometimes it is though.
Nah, rarely.
I have a
He
good
has a
conversation with one first cousin.
One first cousin, yeah.
My closest cousin is a cousin by marriage.
Oh,
And that's like my closest cousin.
we honestly just clicked. Like we just clicked. But we saw each other as kids. But I lived in Miami. She lived in Atlanta, so we never really saw each other.
Mhm.
But we're cousins by our grandparents. So her grandfather and my great
Whoa.
grandmother are siblings.
Uh-huh.
That's
Think
how
about
we're
that.
cousins. So my grandmother is her first cousin.
Wow.
Granny, I call her Granny because I'm not going to call her Eleanor. That's
Because she's almost
disrespectful.
90 years old.
Right,
But she's at your actual cousin.
she's actually
That's
my
her first cousin.
Damn.
Granny's what, 87?
88.
88.
My grandma's 88.
Have I met you before? Has she ever
Probably.
been?
Yeah,
has she
she's
ever
been here.
No, has she ever been to Hakeem?
No.
Okay.
No.
But she's been here.
She's been here, yeah. And on the pool, at the pool,
I feel like I met you
All
before.
during COVID.
all during COVID.
COVID year was crazy.
Remember
man.
that?
COVID years are crazy.
Last year.
Yeah.
2020 summer. 2020
Yeah, I
summer.
think I met you before.
Yeah.
Hey, cousin. How's it going?
But go ahead, answer the question. I'm
No,
just
so
curious.
your both of your perspectives are funny because I grew up with a PhD mother, so I never really thought there was a limit. And even though I don't have a relationship with my dad, he's a MD, so I find it both of your perspectives are funny, like how or interesting, kind of how you got what your limit could be or like how high you could go. Because I was always like, oh yeah, no, that's expected.
It's expected in your household.
You're saying like to not have a ceiling was expected?
Well, to not have a ceiling, but also to strive for the highest.
Got you.
Like it was expected. I never thought about anything but going to college.
Got you.
But for me,
So-
it was more, I think the difference is that you guys are first generation, we're second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm first.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
first,
Yeah,
like-
they're first generation college students. We would be second generation college
Yeah.
students.
So what
yeah,
you
the
the things,
conversations were different at
yeah,
home.
the things that were introduced to your parents is the things that were introduced to us.
Exactly.
And it's
And you
it
gotta
was-
and the thing is you gotta think I'm also like an immigrant child.
yeah.
Right.
Ah, true.
So like, yes, education is key in our household, but it was more so like, yo, education. But like that shit got beat over the head for me.
Yeah.
But growing up in Miami, it's kind of like I'm just willy-nilly. But I literally only went to school because one, the niggas above me was like not doing shit. And I'm like, I don't want this type of lifestyle. I want to see titties on Tuesdays. And then when I went to visit FAMU, like I told Rose this story on another episode, like, yo, when I was remember the McGuinn diamond in front of
McGinn
set,
diamond, yeah.
I remember I took my
Oh, that's history right there. I'm mad
History.
they knocked those down.
yeah, I'm upset too. Trust me.
Yeah.
But in front of those dorms, like I remember I was in high school. I think I was in 11th or 12th grade. I did 2 college tours at FAM. And I enjoyed them both. But I remember I was on a set. You know how like those little high school kids just stay on a set and they tell them
Yeah.
a little history. I look to my left, this girl's coming out of McGuinn. Sundress.
All the fine girls graduated from FAM.
Is McGuinn the one across the street from
There's a meme
I'm
that
from
says
campus. From the set.
From the set.
There's the same
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
that
yeah.
says
But
same thing
she's
about
come-
Spelman.
She's
that.
coming
Well,
from
HBCUs. All the fine girls come from HBCUs.
that's facts. That's
and
facts.
That's period.
That's facts.
Okay.
She coming out of McGuinn.
Can I
Sundress.
disagree?
No.
Okay.
No.
No, you
Can I agree?
can't.
Can you be quiet?
I agree.
And
If
that's
I
on
can't
you.
So she's coming out of McGuinn. This is spring now. Sundress on. Nothing else under.
Booty moving.
Listen.
It's swinging.
Listen. Spring in Tallahassee. It's very that humid heat. You know,
Oh yeah.
it was around that time. She's coming out, a little luggage. Later I find out that's her whole bag. She's going out. She's going to her nigga crib that lives off campus for that weekend. Later on, I'm finding this out.
Right.
Sundress on. The little luggage. You know those little 2-3 steps in McGuinn?
Yes.
The luggage slips. Her whole body jiggles.
I think I know who
You
you're
said
talking
I'm
about.
going to FAM.
I was like, I'm going to FAM.
I'm going to FAM.
I
Because
think I
ain't
know-
no way in hell.
I was at Florida State and I saw that. I think
Yo, no, but it was different there. Florida State was more white.
I'm talking
That-
about the
I ain't gonna
same
lie.
person.
You-
Same person.
Yeah, that's
you,
what I'm saying.
what you're not gonna do?
I'm talking
there
about
are 3
that
people
same-
that went to HBCUs, and you are one. You don't want to compare the regular school to a HBCU.
Listen, I went to Florida State and I was at FAMU all the time.
He was.
I technically
He
graduated.
was one of
on
the.
the
He
last
was one of those
podcast I was
FSU.
on with him. He was trying to compare Florida State to FAM or HBCU experience.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
you
it's
just gotta.
different,
You just
bro.
gotta let. No, no,
It's
no.
I
different,
wasn't
bro.
You know what's
comparing
funny?
it. I was saying I wasn't comparing it. I was saying they're both valuable to black people.
They are.
That's what
I
I was
agree.
saying.
I agree.
They're
But
both-
the thing is with him, like with people that went to FSU, like they get a double dose only because FAMU's like
Across
it's
the
close
street.
by.
Yeah.
Like you literally could go to FAM and be as if you go to FAM.
The only thing I can experience is actually going to class, but everything else.
You know, he was one of those FSU kids that was coming to Black Friday, Fried Chicken Wednesday.
Why do you
Yep.
guys think it's beneficial to go to the regular schools?
I don't say
What's
it's
the- what's
beneficial,
the-
but I understand.
The
I
reason why I
understand
ask
the
that is
importance.
because name someone that is affluent or that is an actor or anybody, a black person or anybody that graduated from Florida State or any of these regular schools, Georgia State, wherever
White
you want
schools.
to say,
Uh-huh.
the white schools. I call them regular schools. I don't think they deserve the acronyms.
I got you. I
They're
got
only
you.
doing it because we said HBCU.
HBCUs. I got you.
I don't
Um,
think that's
Hold on. I don't think she finished.
No,
Slow down.
but-
Slow down,
but
white
all
school
I'm
goer.
saying- all-
white school boy.
White school
All
goer.
I'm saying is that when you think about all the affluent black people, they all graduated from HBCUs, and that's not a fluke. It's because it's something that happens when you're on that campus. It's something that happens when you're in that mecca of black people that are aspiring to be great. And that cannot be compared to anything else. That experience cannot be compared to anything
But that's
else.
4 years. This is why I said both are influential because there's people that
No, I'm not. No, I
there's-
think you're missing my question. What I'm saying is, can you name someone
okay.
that graduated from Florida State,
Uh-huh.
Georgia State, any of these schools, Alabama, whatever,
Uh-huh.
and they're on the news, they're working for an affluent a company, a corporation, or they're in the C-suite that are black, and you can't.
I'll have a list
Are
for
you
you.
including the Ivy League?
I'll have a list.
No, Ivy League is different. So
Ivy League
for
is
me,
more
I'm
like
thinking just state
So-
schools.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, I can-
what I'm saying is that the only time that you really see black people stand out or that they're in the public eye is either they went to Ivy League or they went to HBCUs. Anything in between that,
I don't think that's true.
okay.
I'm sure there's a list
Send
out
me a
there,
list.
but that's not the most popular or flashy
Issa
list.
Rae
Right,
went
right.
to Stanford.
It's not supposed to be.
I said Ivy League.
Is that
or
is it
HB
considered an Ivy?
yes.
Okay.
It's not supposed to be. You know why? Because that's a regular school. It's
Excuse me?
HBCU. They're
What you said?
Went
Where they went to?
Issa Rae went to Stanford. If I'm not
These are
mistaken.
Ivy League. I said Ivy League or HBCUs.
Well, I can pull up a list for you.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty certain.
Google
it's-
man. No. We don't need a list.
be continued.
Yeah.
I got my Google man behind the scenes.
Thank you,
You gonna
Google
work on
man.
it.
Google that.
Thank you, Luke.
We're gonna find a name for you before
No,
before
but
this
in all
podcast.
honesty,
No, Google-
honesty, no
Google
beef,
man works
no
as-
beef, no drama. Just because I get really passionate about this, but honestly, I just want to make sure that everybody truly loves themselves. Like that's always a passion of mine for Black people to love themselves. And when you say that you being in front of white people is giving you a better opportunity, is it really?
You
But
know,
I don't-
this
You
is
know
the
what I'm saying?
this
Like,
is
is
the
it
Let me
really?
hold on. Let me make this point. 'cause
Hold on,
let
Google
me
man got
tell you-
something.
let
Google
me-
man got
hold on,
something.
What you got, Google?
Before Google man say what he got to say, because this used to happen
What you
a
got,
lot.
G Money?
This used to happen a lot when I was
G-Money.
at when I was at
G-Money.
Florida. Hold on, Luke, hold on. Give me a second. This used to happen a lot when I went to Florida State because we used to be just chilling at Florida State as Black people, and then we used to get attacked by FAMU students because we went to a PWI. I'm not saying one is
That's
better.
a price to pay though.
It
I'm
is.
very
That's
true.
a price to
It
pay.
is.
That's a price to pay.
It is, and then a lot
Because
of us.
you're using our culture to create your college experience.
That's-
When you had all the options
We-
to go to a HBCU.
No,
So let me
You
hold
know-
on. No, let me get my point across.
Go
Let me get
ahead.
my point across. The thing is, I've had the culture my entire life. I know people Black people
You
that
cannot compare Miami culture to
you gotta let me
HBCU
finish.
experience.
I was at FAMU all the time, and I can all the time. The only time I really went to I was at Florida State is to go to class. I would study at FAMU. I would eat at FAMU. Set Friday. And sometimes I would
Well, you
be
need
at.
to run a show money then.
Yeah, I definitely
You need to
owe.
run us some
I
money.
definitely owe FAMU a couple
Needed to
of
be
checks.
a donor.
Right.
cross register at the different schools.
If you're an engineer,
Engineering.
Engineer's the
That
only
was
way.
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
But
That
the
was the
point,
only one.
the
But go
only
ahead.
point I'm trying to make is that, there's people that
And
went
our
to.
engineering school was better. That's why they asked us to be joined.
That's probably true.
That's
the
not probable,
It's true.
sir.
it's true. Okay, it's true. I don't know that. I'm saying
That's
probably because I
probably
don't know.
true.
I don't know. I'm saying probably because I don't know the stats.
Don't worry, we'll give you the stats.
Can I? Can I?
Let him
Can
get
I?
the point
Can
across.
I get to the point?
Go ahead.
Thank you. So the only thing I'm saying is, there's people that I met that went to FAMU that wasn't raised in a black culture at all, and then went to FAMU for 4 years, and then there was more black than me to tell me about the black culture. You've only been at FAMU. This is sophomore year, junior year. It hasn't even been 4 years. You've only been engulfed in the black culture for 3 years. You don't have enough stripes to tell me about the black culture. Just because I go to a PWI and I've been there for 2, 3 years, that doesn't mean I don't know about the black culture. So what I'm trying to do is prepare myself for the world. African Americans only make 13%, 14% of the United States.
Yep.
So I'm not going to be prepared if I went to the West and I've been in the black culture, and then I go to a HBCU and I'm more in the black culture more, and then I graduate and then I have no experience around white people. Because when I graduate FAMU or Florida State, what's going to happen is I'm going to be put in a position where I have to work with white people. So it makes sense for me to prepare myself.
I've heard. I remember you said that to me, and I've also heard that before in the past. And I want to say I do not agree with that. Like after thinking
I'm glad
about
I'm on
it,
That's fine.
I'm glad
Only-
I'm on the sofa with you.
only because,
But I have
only
experience.
because.
But saying that doesn't take
No,
value away
no,
from
no.
FAMU.
It doesn't. No. Forget the FAMU PWI thing.
Yeah.
I'm saying that statement you just said, like, oh, yo, I'm preparing myself for the world because the world is not, forget the world. America is
It's
not
not America,
an
yeah.
HBCU.
America.
And I get it. But at the same time, just because you go to a HBCU doesn't mean that doesn't prepare you to work around white people.
That's not what I'm
I
saying.
But-
think one of the things because I went to Spelman, I went to an HBCU, I went to the HBCU. It's the number one. It has been. Just saying, that's a fact.
It is number one.
It is.
Number one in what?
But we're
In
they're
Georgia?
No, it's the number one HBCU. Period.
private. No. So it's different. They're private, we're public.
public.
We're number one public.
Public. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically,
SO
the real
period.
number one. Go
Period.
ahead.
Anyway.
Uh-huh.
I know when I went to grad school to get my MBA, I went to a PWI for my mom worked there. So
PWI stands for predominantly white institution.
For those that don't know,
They just wanted to be a part of something because they chose to go to
HBCU
a
stands for
PWI.
historically black
college,
colleges, universities. So people that's watching and listening that doesn't know, because
So
we can't assume that everybody
Exactly.
knows.
you're
But go
right.
ahead.
So my only thing where I think I understand what he's saying is when I went to school in a small town, because Spelman, it's like we're in our own little bubble. Like
Agree.
all of my friends were pretty much, well, no, not even pretty much. All of my friends are black. I went to a black church. Like everything about me
Was all black.
completely surrounded by black people. And then when I went to this small town to go back to school, I was in a culture shock, like to be around all of these white people. Because I was, even in my high school, like there were plenty of white people around, but even then I was kind of in like my black bubble. Like I had classes with white people, but we were friendly. Like those were not my friends. So then when I'm new to this small town and I kind of have to make friends,
Yeah.
there were 5 black people probably total in my MBA class. Like it wasn't a big class, but 5 people versus coming from a school where everybody looks like me versus the splash of
Yeah.
others.
But what we're really saying is that we're supposed to assimilate, and I don't think we should assimilate because that's, to me, it's pacifying the issue. The issue is that we are a diverse country. We're made up of all colors, and we shouldn't be trying to assimilate to people. They should be trying to learn this country.
That's not what
And-
we're saying.
Also the
No,
other
that
thing.
is what you guys are saying. You guys are.
That's not what we're saying. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying that everyone experiences are the same. To be able to step inside someone's culture, at least for a small amount of time, experiencing their culture or their perspectives helps you to be able to interact with them, and then helps them to be able to interact with you. So if it never happens, you're only able to interact with someone based off of your perception, and you're forcing your opinion or your perception of someone to become a reality, and that's not good to do. So the best way to be able to talk to someone or interact with someone or see someone's else perspective is to interact with them.
Yeah.
You can't guess how someone feels from across the room or never talking to them.
Yeah,
But
but
I-
I'm not talking about segregation. I don't believe in segregation at all. What I'm
don't?
saying is, no, I'm not saying I'm not
I
a
was
proponent of segregation. What I am saying is that I feel like based on my HBCU experience, it's not even about FAMU. It's my HBCU experience. I don't think I would be the woman that I am today if I wouldn't have gone to an HBCU. And I say
Right.
that because, and I think an HBCU experience is very unique because it makes you proud of who you are, because you live in a world that tells you that you're not enough all the time, everywhere you go, everything that you see. And I think that is key before you go out and venture out into this
I agree.
world.
world.
I
That's
agree.
like this is starting off with what we were talking about Haitians. It's like we're proud of who we are. We know where we come from. I hate the fact that the younger kids may not know, because once you start not knowing where you come from and who you are, anybody could influence you.
Because
But the
I didn't
reason
feel like
why-
But I do agree with that.
I
right,
agree
because
with
I
that
didn't
also.
really feel like I knew myself until I went to FAM. Like
Right.
I really was just going through a school system that was telling me who I was and telling me about slavery. I knew nothing about the things that I currently know. And I think that's a lot of Black children's experience. So
Right.
that's why I do not think and I do not agree with you going to a PWI straight out of your family's home, because parents are not taking the time out to teach their kids where they come from.
Right.
But it's okay for your second degree to come from a regular school or to come from an Ivy League
So,
school.
question. So, would you say if you had a child and they got a full ride to Harvard and you
So-
would have to pay for them to go to FAM? Would
That's
you,
not what I'm saying. What I'm saying,
I'm
I
asking
only
the question.
acknowledge Ivy League schools and HBCUs. The in between, I do not acknowledge because I think it's a waste of time and money.
Let me say something. So,
So
I
that's just how I feel about it. Like if they go to an Ivy League school, for sure, go to an Ivy League school. Like I'm not going to tell you not to go, but I'm not going to be a proponent, and I'm not paying. I'm not paying. You can write it down in a book.
You said this.
And
I
blood.
am
Come on,
not
Ma.
paying.
She's always said this.
I'm not paying for my child to go to Florida State, Georgia State, anything in between HBCU and Ivy League.
Can I ask you
not
something?
Paying for
I'm
it.
gonna
Can
be
I ask
real
you
with
something?
you.
Wait, hold on. Before you can I ask you something? One question.
I'm not even supporting them.
Now, what if
They on their own.
What if
Yeah, on your own.
what if you raise your child? Because you just said you went to family because you think it's important for someone to understand who they are and love who they are.
Yes.
And be able to
Because I feel like
Oh, if I raise,
Listen.
if I'm a stay-at-home mom, and which I would love to be, my name is Sael Mitchell. My handle is Sael Mitchell on Instagram, and it also is Lodos_B_well.
there you go.
But yes, if I am a stay-at-home mom, my kids wouldn't even desire to be in this system because
Right.
I'm going to raise them to want to be entrepreneurs or to want to own their own.
So if they leave your
business.
household,
Yeah.
understanding who they are,
Yeah.
and
They'll interact with white people, Asian people,
so why wouldn't you pay for them to? Because they don't need
because
to.
you don't have to pay for interaction with different cultures.
No, I'm saying if they decided to go to a PWI, then they understand who they are. They understand their blackness, how
Right.
important it is. What's the why go to a HBCU at that point?
Because that experience, honestly, and I have to dead the conversation because
Okay.
you
So keep
didn't
going.
go to a HBCU. Like I know you
though.
were on campus, but it's different when
It
you're
is.
when you enter the HBCU. Like when I got there in 2008 and I graduated with the same people that I literally used to go to the laundromat with, and all the struggles we went through. And when I go back to homecoming and I see them and they're, I don't know, managers and doing really great things with all of the struggles that we talked about, and we talk about all the dreams. You remember when you were sitting down with your cousins and stuff when you were young? That's how it feels going to an HBCU. Like these people are like your cousins.
I had that experience though.
bro, I'm gonna be real with you. You didn't.
I did.
I see.
I
You
left class.
I
and
get
went
it.
to FAMU.
It's one of those things. It's like, you know how we tell certain people of other cultures, like, yo, you don't understand, you're not black.
not the
or-
same. It's like a white
It's
boy.
equivalent
It's like a white boy being raised.
in the hood.
No, it's not even that. It's like a black kid going to school at crop and then coming back home to hang with the boys in the hood and hang with the boys in
I'm
the
gonna be
West.
real with you. It's not the same, kid. I know what
It's
you
not
mean.
the
You was
same.
around the HBCU. I get it.
I
You did
wasn't-
get. I think you got secondhand
I think
experience.
around and in are two different.
Yeah, I wasn't
experiences.
around. I'm telling you, can't tell me what my experiences were. I wasn't around.
We can't tell you.
Bro,
we
let me
went
ask
to
you
the
this. Did you
school.
have-
But I was in,
Did you have?
I
Did
was-
you have? Did you have the HBCU struggles?
Yeah.
No, you did not.
What was
You
your
were going
struggles?
into a line for hours and
What was
Wait,
his struggles?
I didn't have to who?
You didn't have to stand in the financial aid line for
Fam, you-
hours.
I stood with the homies.
Let me ask you
Oh
this:
my
did you
God.
deal with the
St.
FAMU
Just
struggle?
St. Just and the Cleavards. I stood in line
Like,
with them.
there's certain
Like the
HBCU
pajama
struggles.
jam, just
I
all
was there.
kinds of things.
Yo,
Chicken and waffles.
It's more to that, kid.
Explain to me, because every
It's more to
experience that
that.
you're about to name, I'm gonna tell you.
There
I
was
did
a
it.
teacher that
I
I was
didn't
about
do
to
that.
fail his
I
class.
didn't experience that.
Because it was a smaller school, I was able to talk to him one-on-one. And thankfully, the funny thing is this nigga was hard on me all semester. And then at the end, I was like, yo, I broke down. I was like, yo, it was a finance course.
Yeah.
You probably know him. It's an African teacher. I can't remember his name.
Wakanda.
That's
Dr.
his name?
Wakanda. Yes.
His name was Wakanda?
Not Wakanda.
Oh, like what?
I thought that was his nickname.
Wakama.
Something like short,
Dr. Wakama had glasses.
dark
African,
skin.
yeah.
He's from, I think he's from
Dr.
Ghana. I think he was from Ghana.
Dr. Wakama, yeah.
Okay, I didn't.
No,
But
it was quantitative methods, like a quant class.
no. Mine was actually finance, principles of finance, and I
think
took him
about
for
that.
something else. But like when I told him, I was like, yo, I'm failing. And he was like, yo, you know why I was being hard on you? Because you're black, but you're from the Caribbeans. Like I'm extra hard on immigrant kids because I'm an immigrant. Like little things like that.
So you think because I went to Florida State, I did not have that experience?
I don't feel like you had that one-on-one teacher
I
experience
did.
because
African American history.
no.
Professor.
Hold on. That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
one
All
class.
I'm talking about like
I had the
overall.
experience.
I'm talking about overall. You giving me a anecdotal experience, and that's
Yeah,
cool.
It was. It's a small synopsis of what actually happened.
But what
at
I'm
Florida
telling
State.
you is that majority
That
of
was
my
for every
classes
class.
was under 40 kids. Majority
Okay.
of my classes. So like there's certain one-on-ones that I feel like if I would have went to other schools, I wouldn't have passed.
You not feel like you wouldn't have.
My
I wouldn't have.
my biggest class was 60 people, but that was one of the freshman classes that everyone had
Oh,
to
yeah.
take. I think
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
ADW. But like once I got into my econ major, 15 people.
Yeah.
Once you go like in
That's-
depth, it start
Yeah.
getting less
Like
and less.
sophomore
you
year.
would have to special. We could potentially get to 17.
And
But
Rose-
that's what the override.
And-
But all of my teachers knew me. All of them.
It was just a very intimate. Your teachers felt like your parents.
And I'm gonna be real with you, Rose. The way you feeling, like you feel like you've had close to the HBCU experience, you're one in a million. Because
I
I
am.
also know black children that either wanted to go to HBCUs, they couldn't because their parents
Wouldn't allow
literally
Thought it was
wouldn't
less
allow
than.
you. I had a homie, he wanted to go to FAMU, but his Haitian mom wouldn't allow him to go, not because of anything else, because of what she heard.
Yeah.
I also tell people,
He
yo,
thought it was less
where
Oh, it's a party school in Miami.
I've heard definitely
the
a lot
thing
about it.
it's like it's a party school, but all colleges are party schools.
They
Like
are.
yo, that's the
makes
mind-boggling.
FAMU different
The-
than
no,
any other school.
The worst part about it is that the people that saying they're at party school, they never went to school. I'm like, yo, what do you know what a
FAMU
party
is
school
not a
is?
party
But I
school.
also
definitely did
realized-
hear about FAMU being a party school, and I did experience FAMU in high school.
I mean, our parties are like no
But
other, but we
also-
all go to class.
You realize every school is a party
yeah,
school,
but
right?
also I think I don't know if this is an HBC thing or a college thing in general, but like we looked out for each other.
Yeah.
Like if
That's another FAMU. That's another HBCU thing.
Micah, you know Micah,
That's a-
like we had ADW together second semester freshman year, and I would always come knock on her door because I knew she had a job, and I was like, "You up? We gotta go. We gotta go." And she
And-
would do the same thing for
But that's
me.
Yeah.
that's the black experience at Florida State that happened as well. I don't.
So, Rosaire,
don't-
what we're saying is, honestly, I think because we have
There's-
to.
Yeah, I
think
think we have to-
shift
we
it
need-
to more of a loving.
I don't want you to think I'm
conversation.
shaming this
No.
situation.
I don't think you're shaming at all. I don't
I'm
think, I don't
dead
think-
in the situation. I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I don't
we
think-
need to dead it.
I don't think we
We
do
do.
need to dead it.
It's like we could agree to disagree, bro.
Right. I just
Yeah.
I don't think either. The thing is, what did you go to Florida State and hang out at Florida State and chill?
Never.
Slight,
Did
Did
slightly.
you? Did you?
No.
That's what
I
I'm
could
saying.
count in a
So,
handful of times.
I know for a fact how much I was engulfed in the FAMU experience,
Mhm.
and that's why I'm able to compare
But
them.
the simple fact that you had to be engulfed in another experience.
Then
and
why
you
didn't
had
you
a
do-
whole
why didn't you
culture
transfer?
At Florida State.
Why didn't you transfer?
That's what I'm
Why did
saying.
you
I went
even
to-
start at
Clearly,
Florida
there's
State
a
in the first
distinction
place?
between
That's
the
a great
HBCU
question.
experience.
Why didn't you transfer?
So I'm gonna do
I
it.
asked him why
I'ma
did
go that
he
way.
even go to Florida State in the first
So
place?
the reason why I decided to go to Florida State over FAMU is because I went there to play football. I walked on and made the team, and I was like, "This is my clear
Right.
shot at." Remember, we were limited, so
Right,
what I knew was
right.
football. And
Well, that's beautiful. I'm sorry for badgering you.
no, it's fine. It's
I
fine.
didn't know
I don't think
your
you.
I
why.
don't think you was badgering them, but
Yeah, I don't think you're
Okay,
badgering me.
sorry.
Yeah,
I was a little aggressive. I'm very passionate about that
yeah.
topic.
And you should be. To be honest with you, I felt like you would be appropriate. So,
Oh, thank you.
but yeah, that's the reason why I went. But then after that, that didn't work out. I was at FAMU legit all the time. I would go to class, leave class to go to FAMU. Everything else I did was at FAMU. So
So why didn't you transfer?
I was doing everything I needed to do at FAMU. It didn't even make sense to go through the paperwork or like all of the experience that you said that you're receiving.
Because you're not going to get the seamless experience at FAMU in comparison to Florida State. Like that whole, like the financial aid line is long, and you're going to stand.
I ain't
in
gonna lie,
every
Florida
semester.
State
Like,
has
have
some
you
long ass lines too. I didn't know.
But we
Oh
would
yeah,
get-
yes.
we got our money
a
early.
lot.
Waiting 2
Yeah,
hours
but
to talk
there
to
was
her.
there was also a few people that also told me, yo, they had to go in line, they had to go through that too.
Yeah. they
But
did.
very small percentage. But I also had heard that too at any white school.
Yeah.
Did
but-
y'all have a fried chicken Friday and a
No.
fried fish Wednesday?
No, they had a nice cab.
Y'all got that?
Come on now.
They
No,
had
this is
nice
a real question.
cafe.
Do white schools have
No,
that?
I'm serious.
they did-
I'm not trying to be funny.
If they
They
did,
didn't.
I don't know because I was at
That's a
FAMU.
culture.
They did do?
That's a family. That's a HBCU culture.
Also,
probably
I
Google
didn't
man,
know-
Google man went to a white school. What you
Google
say?
man. No, it was
Over the
Wednesday.
summertime?
Only?
It was Wednesdays for
We
No,
had,
that
we
was-
had
that was-
fried fish Wednesday.
How about
and fried
fish?
chicken. No, we have fried chicken Wednesday, fried fish Friday.
But
yeah,
fried
fried
chicken
chicken
was a
Wednesday
thing?
is at every HBCU.
See, I didn't know
Howard,
that.
I've been to Howard and there's fried chicken Wednesday. It's fried chicken Wednesday at FAM
It is.
Spelman.
Like on
Mm.
Wednesday and Friday
Clark.
when you come on campus.
Yes, you know.
smell that shit.
You
Smell the
smell
whole
the
day
chicken.
in the grease.
You know what time it is.
No, those are the
I'm plant based, by the way, but I do remember smelling the chicken.
Those are the only days I actually went into the calf.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
somebody was bringing me some chicken.
I love that place.
But yeah.
I love it too.
At
That
the end
conclude
of
my-
the day,
Yeah,
at the end
fam,
of the
you
day,
I want to conclude. I want to
Okay,
conclude
go
by
ahead.
saying, like, going back to the kid thing, like with me, my future kids,
I'm not paying for it.
First of all, I'm not paying for your schooling because the information I'm gonna give you, you won't even need me to pay for your schooling. That's how
Yeah.
confident I am in myself, and I don't even have kids yet.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But-
Are you saying they won't need to go to school?
No, yes, that too, because I don't agree with going to school like 4 years, and I agree in you gonna get an education, but you don't have to go my route.
Mm.
So
You don't have
I
to.
want them to have the HBCU experience, though.
I
because
would love
don't
that
think-
too,
So the thing,
but it depends on their
The experience
journey in
is-
life.
Wait,
This
question
is-
for you. So would you say like a vocational school 2 years is considered education for you in your household if they can?
No, I feel like the real education is at home. Unless you
that's
go
a
to like
word.
college level, that's different. But
That's
like
a
your
word.
foundation is at home. Like I'm not gonna put my faith on a kid to teach in 10th grade for his teacher to teach him certain history. Like I expect them, yes, to help you with reading, mathematics, and shit like that. But history, to me, I feel like
you should never.
and most of your education is at home.
Yeah.
When you go to
What's your
college, that's
history?
when you if he or she decide to go to college, it'll be more of okay, this is what I want to do in life, and I think college is the best route.
Yeah.
My kid grew up fucking be a great piano player and shit,
Pianist.
Yeah.
pianist, and I would also want them to go to school, but it'll be a different route. Maybe they'll just
Yeah.
take school part time and shit like that. But my thing is like education
to
starts at
Juilliard.
home. Education start at home
Just having options.
and have an option. Like
Yeah.
I feel like the part of information I'm gonna instill in them, they really won't pay for. Like paying for school will be like laughable to me.
Yeah, I don't think you should pay for it.
I think if I do,
Not paying for it.
well,
Because I don't agree in like college is the option. Like
no,
is the only
Yeah.
option.
No, it's not because I have had friends who started off in college and have left for
Yeah.
whatever reason. They couldn't afford it. They just couldn't find a major. They just
Or they just didn't care.
They just didn't like it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that that's gonna stop you from getting a good job with
Or
air
just being
quotes.
successful.
Yeah, or like whatever your look of success looks like is probably going to be different than mine
Yeah.
Yeah.
by some type of degree. Even if
Yeah.
I raise you, you're going to be like, no, I want to do this, and I would hope I can encourage them. But my goal is to and this is a very big if.
She's gonna get pregnant. Her
Why
handle
Shout out to
is
you.
Why
her
the
handle
hell?
is mesmerized.
Mesmerized. Yeah. That's a pregnant mesmerized. That's a
That's her
pregnant
handle.
handle.
I
Yeah.
can't spell it for you right now, but I'll
But-
catch you up.
Yeah.
Chill out.
We're gonna put all the ads at the end of the
Chill out,
podcast
chill
for
out,
sure,
chill
right?
out.
Right in this area, right here.
Right here, right here.
Right
Mes-
here.
Right here. Mesmerized.
Right here.
Mesmerized right there. I just said how the first black person that went to an
G-Money,
integrated school.
Can you tell us when it's
is-
10:50? Because we gotta dead this conversation at
All
10:50.
right, we can dead it now. if
We're
y'all
dead
want.
now. We're dead now. We're dead now.
We
We're
can
good.
just-
We're good. We're
Listen,
good.
I just want all y'all to know that I'm extremely open to everything y'all saying, and I'm willing to change my value and perspective.
Just tell
everything.
people you went to family.
You know what I mean? But y'all gotta be open too.
We gotta pay.
I gotta be. They owe
We
me a
need
de-
your
Buy you a
we need
couple
your
sweaters.
They
intuition.
owe me a degree.
This all them
Y'all
FSU
get-
jackets
y'all
you
get
got.
them
Buy you a couple
bags.
FAMU
As
jackets.
soon as I get my degree in the mail.